And joining us now is Congressman Tom MacArthur of New Jersey. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Miranda.
Congressman, you have been cited as being suspicious of the president's proposal from the very beginning. Has your opinion changed any in the coming weeks?
Well, it's moved from suspicion to outright rejection of this deal for the reason that the president just stated on that clip. A nuclear-armed Iran is a danger to the United States and our allies. And this deal will lead, as sure as day follows night, it will lead to Iran being nuclear-armed within a decade. And a decade is a blink of an eye in the course of human history. This is a bad deal for us. It's bad for our allies, particularly for Israel, but not just Israel. There are other allies in that region that are deeply concerned about this deal as well.
President Obama is also going to be sitting down with Israeli journalists next month to pitch his nuke deal. Do you think this is going to do anything to move the needle in terms of support for his proposal?
Well, I don't. And I think that the president overplays his ability to pitch things. This isn't a sales job. This is about the security of an entire region and ultimately for the world. And it shouldn't have to be pitched. If this was a good deal for everyone, it would be evident, but it's not. You need three things for a nuclear weapon. You need fissile material, weaponization, and a delivery system. And in 8 to 10 years, this deal will lead to Iran having all three of those. So it can be pitched all you can, but it doesn't change the fact that this will lead to Iran being a nuclear threshold or a nuclear-capable state in the near term, and it's just unacceptable.
What do you think about the president saying that diplomacy is the answer and that the only other alternative is using military force?
Well, I think that is setting up a false fear that it's either his deal or we're, marching into war, and I reject that. I think many people reject it, and I'm not just speaking out of an ideology. I've gotten into the weeds of this deal. I'm a member of the House Armed Services Committee. I've been to hearings. I've been to classified briefings with the Secretary of State, with the Secretary of the Treasury, the Secretary of Energy. I understand where this deal is leading. And we need a better deal. And the idea that we can do this, and then if Iran cheats or it doesn't go well, we can snap back to sanctions is a fallacy. First, the sanctions will have expired by then, and it would take a great deal of effort just to get a new set of sanctions here in the United States, much less to get the rest of the world on board. So the idea that this is an easy deal to unwind if it doesn't go well is false, and it's just another reason why I'm concerned. And then in the near term, Miranda, really immediately, we give this regime, which is brutal to its own people, is an avowed enemy of the United States, calls for the annihilation of one of our key allies, Israel. It gives them $150 billion worth of economic relief. And I've heard people try to explain that away and say that some of that money is already committed to foreign, a series of foreign commitments. It doesn't matter.
Congressman MacArthur, thank you so much for joining us here on Newsmax Now.